That is the entity that's engaged in ongoing demonic pacing and amplifying plane and helicopter activity, which is a threat while they're engaged in the criminal elements of monitoring and they're monitoring documentation. And that's going directly toward the enhanced term in federal prison for Alexei Zagar of 1818 number 2. That video that I captured this morning when it was a cloudy day, you were seeing demons stalking in the path with methods of light. So Kia Zagar has his vehicle emergency lights on. This is impossible light coming through the crack of the door. The light source is remaining over the Fontana Lewis Library right now. The entity is engaging in, and by the entity I mean Alexei Zagar. He is group stalking, as you see on video, and the entity was also in a commercial vehicle. That was another demon. They were sitting in the path, waiting for me to walk down that path, just like Access. These are demons that engage in ambush conduct. They act together at once, knowing my every step. That's even terrorism in and of itself, while demons are engaged in ongoing targeting. And what they are engaging in is stalking in the path with light. That's what demons do. That's an iteration of the same demonic behavior, which is serving criminal monitoring, that is engaged in vicariously on behalf of the government. So you're looking at Alexei Zagar using his Kia of apartment 1818 number 2. This is ongoing malice and impunity while he is already subject to what is time in federal prison, and while you document the entity and continuously so, and then also while you document and the entity threatens through these demon-possessed and corrupt law enforcement agencies is going directly to the people of the state who are going to sit in federal prison. And so I want to be clear, that's the entity engaging in the pattern of conduct with the intent to obstruct justice. It is currently 11:44 a.m. and the light source remains over Alvarado Gardens. It is not over the Fontana Lewis Library. My documentation, which I will remind you about and upload it to the Google Drive, and it is showing what is the maintenance of the light source in Fontana, California, over that library, even out of the window that I look out of the back of the library, and that's an extensive library. And so the back street is Sierra Avenue, and that front is at Arrow. The front entrance, is not along Arrow. The side is along Arrow. The window I'm looking at it out of at 10:58 a.m. and the entrance where it's over my head at 10:04 a.m. I'm documenting I'm at the back of the same library, the Fontana Lewis Library, at after 5 p.m. and that light source remains there. At no point is it ever going to be at Alvarado Gardens. This is direct evidence. If you don't know what demon possession is, this is what it is. And then iteration of demon possession, demonic conduct. Those who are demon possessed, who are monitoring you, engage in maintaining presence in your path. This is group stalking, and the demon possessed do it with methods of light. This demon was using his headlights on flashing hazards, and the other demon that was driving the commercial vehicle stood with their foot on the brake at the entryway of the driveway of the apartments, and the moment that I walked by, and especially as I turned my camera on, immediately drove by, which is the engagement in the element of light and crossing path conduct. That's what demons do. This is how they're targeting you. By the way, this is what they're doing while you see light moving across the ceiling, like you saw inside of the Fontana Lewis Library. The entity is, that's evidence of what surrounds you. That's very creepy, okay? The appearance of that light is creepy, but it's also creepy because it's a direct indicator to the fact that demons surround you. And everybody in there is looking to the left and the right, carrying on conversations. The light source is hovering over that window that I look out of, and light is strolled across the ceiling. Those are demons that surround me inside of the Fontana Lewis Library. Those demons are engaging in a criminal system, and that same criminal system is underway here at Alvarado Gardens, where you have third-party group stalkers who are in planes flying repeatedly in circles. I want to be clear, this is highly demented conduct. The people of the state that are utilizing, that are going to be found by the federal government having licenses and access to these airports, subject to mental examinations. These are mentally disturbed people who are hiding what is their mental disturbance, their psychotic and criminal activity, and they are giving access to planes. They're literally flying, going dizzy, flying in circles, and amplifying, targeting me every moment. And I want to be clear, I was speaking to what was 9 o'clock. It's 11. This is ongoing, incessant, amplified audible activity. These demons are targeting. I'm going to prosecute the people of the state for that. The entity is going to understand how you're going to, in the same way that all I'm doing is I'm giving you the message, okay? I'm just the messenger. These demons have access to planes and helicopters. These are highly mentally disturbed people who are demon possessed. That is legally relevant for the government to understand and know. And I'm letting you know how you know it. You don't have to say a word to them. You can analyze the environment and you know exactly what you're talking to. A highly malicious, psychopath who is engaged in what is criminal. It's not just demonic activity. This is criminal. This is underway by a government. And the federal government has objective evidence that you can rely on, and you can be aware of that. And not only that, you are going to penetrate these airports and these corrupt law enforcement agencies who are filled with demons, who have access to things that they have no business having access to. They are wasting resources. I mean, you could just analyze with regard to the local government. What they're wasting so many resources while they're flying in circles around me. Do you know how much it might cost to fill up an airplane or a helicopter? There could be much more important things that you are doing with your time, and they're stalking me. You see this on video day in and day out. 24 hours a day, they're stalking me in helicopters and in airplanes. This is what they're using funds in the government for, to keep me under surveillance. They're using money to do that. Think about practically what they're doing and how costly it is. And the people of the state are directly engaged in facilitating that. It is a whole extensive effort to engage in this pattern of conduct. I want to be clear. It is a priority by the government that's engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. And you do not know the reality of what they're actually spending money on, because they're telling you it's for this program, it's for that initiative, it's for this, program or organization. They're monitoring in California, and every law enforcement agency that I've encountered is engaging in the same exact pattern of conduct in the same exact scientifically impossible environment. It's a high priority. This is what California is focused on. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know, the governor is not ignorant about it. The mayors are not ignorant about it. They're not. Okay? The local government, they're not ignorant about it. I'm letting you know about that, which you are not supposed to know about. And this is relevant to what I'm going to prosecute Todd Speaker for and the people of the state. This ongoing psychopath conduct of amplifying helicopter and plane activity, including while I document, this is going relevant. Like I said, you cannot quantify the damages. But like I said, it's a matter of justice that speaker companies not exist, because you're talking about, he doesn't have any amount of a capital or funds that's going to be able to compensate for what the target individual is subject to on the job, by the way, on the job. And so this is relevant. This is hours and hours of amplified audible activity while psychopath demons are patrolling around me in plane and helicopter, which you already know day in and day out. That's exactly what they're doing. That's the LAPD provides a wealth of documentation. Yeah, we're stalking her. That's exactly what they're saying as I capture them multiple times every day and night. That's exactly what they're admitting. But it's going to be the admission against the people, the system that they are inevitably surrounded by the evidence of, because that's why there's no sun over the Fontana Lewis Library right now. There's no possible way. Okay, that's the P.O.C. And it is, I want to be clear, demons having access to licenses to fly planes, demons having access to helicopters, which you're going to get to maybe even third parties. Maybe you have, this is a whole other level for the ability to have such licensure and the immediate grounds of revocation of such licenses. These demons are affiliated with the airports and whatnot. And I just want to reiterate that. I cannot stress that enough. And it's also the ways in which you're going to prosecute federal stalking. It's not just the fact that they're engaged in federal stalking, but the ways in which the entity engages in federal stalking in the airspace. That's relevant to using the roads and the highways, channels of interstate commerce. All right, you're talking about enhanced federal prosecution, not just what they're doing, which is already serious enough of a federal prosecution. Okay, that's time in federal prison. And then understand, you're going to analyze and punish for the ways that they're doing it. These are demons that are circling around in circles, okay, going dizzy, flying in a circle in engineer light under what is not possibly the sun. These are demons that are engaging in monitoring me like that, okay? And that's occurring in the workplace. I'm going to drain the pockets of speaker companies, and it's a matter of justice that speaker companies not even survive that, because you cannot quantify that harm. You can't quantify it. All right, it's 11:51 a.m. This is P.O.C.